Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of Spartan Crew Gaming, and today we are talking about the Lord of the Rings TV show, once again in its possible setting in the Second Age. Let's jump into it. So, one of my beliefs is this show will take place during the fall of Numenor. Now, this was a special time in Lord of the Rings because Sauron was still in his fair form, and basically he goes to the island of Numenor and tries to deceive the people of Numenor, which are of Aragorn's lineage. They are humans blessed with longer life. They live on this island outside of Middle-earth, and basically they were heading to Middle-earth, and I think fighting Sauron, and Sauron surrenders to them, is like, hey, why don't I surrender, and you take me back to your island? And basically he goes back, and he is imprisoned, and over time he, talks his way into deceiving people, and basically saying, hey, you shouldn't serve the Valar, you should serve Morgoth, my master. And basically starts getting them to make, human sacrifices and all this dark stuff. And basically, Numenor kind of gets corrupted by Sauron. And basically he convinces them to attack the gods of the land, the Valar. And they head to the Undying Lands very not smartly. And, attack the very people who created Middle-earth, and then, the big guy, Luthor, I can't remember how to say his name. Basically, the god of the world of Lord of the Rings shows up and is like, hey, I'm gonna sink Numenor. But then, thankfully, the Numenorians who weren't corrupted by Sauron and his, evilness, they were given a heads up, and they headed to Middle-earth and survived. But then, the rest did not. They were sunken into the ground as Numenor was destroyed. And, yeah, it's kind of a cool story. It could definitely go over time, and also during the time before the fall of Numenor, Sauron was, trying to get the rings made and, basically deceive everybody and do all that. So, I think it could be a really cool setting, especially just with a lot of political intrigue of Sauron deceiving people, seeing him in his fair form, the Numenorians, going to the Undying Lands where the elves and the Valar and other people were living. I think it could be a very interesting time period. We know that they are signed up for 5 seasons. I don't know if we could fill 5 seasons or not. I'm sure there is a way they could do it. There's a lot of other things they could be doing. But again, I think it would be a really great place for them to do so, because the fall of Numenor is really cool. It's all about deceit, betrayal, and deceiving, and good and evil, and destruction and war. So, all the stuff that you need for a medieval fantasy TV show. And it's Lord of the Rings. Some great characters. We get to see Sauron in his fair form. At the end of the series, of course, he would lose his fair form, because even though he was on the island when it was sunken by the Valar, he still survived, but he could only now take the form of, the big guy in armor. So, it's a really interesting, I think, time period for them to go for, and I think it's highly likely that they will. Who knows, they could do this show more like American Horror Story, where they, go time jump and do different things with different actors over time, because the Second Age is just such a huge period of time that they could cover a lot of different things. But I think the fall of Numenor would be a cool place to focus. Yeah, so that is my theory. I can't remember if I'm exactly right about Sauron, making the rings at the same time. It may have been after Numenor. Actually, no, it would have been before, because he would have still had his fair form. So yeah, they could do some really, really cool stuff just with Sauron and with the Numenorians, and just seeing them as a culture, because they're kind of cool. And the whole idea, I think, would just be amazing. I think that it has a lot of potential for a very good storyline. So nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I could not do this without you, and I could not do it without God. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about the Lord of the Rings show, what you think its possible setting will be in the Second Age. Let me know in the comments below. I will see you next time.